Today we shall discuss about the separation of variables method. This is a straightforward method and this is a more effective method. There are so many methods to solve a partial differential equation, but separation of variables method is one of the more effective and straightforward method, and this is also a easy method. So we now solve a heat equation by using separation of variables method. First we will see and discuss about this method. Consider a heat equation del of capital T with respect to del small t is equal to alpha del 2t del x2. This is a heat equation. We now solve this equation by using separation of variables method. So let capital T of xt is equal to capital X of x and beta of t, where capital T is the function of x and t, and small x is the function of capital X is the function of small x, and beta is the function of t. Now substituting 2 in our given partial differential equation on, we get capital X into del beta del t is equal to alpha beta del 2x del x2, and in notation form it can be written as capital X beta dash is equal to alpha beta x double dash, where beta dash is the partial derivative with respect to t, and x double s is the partial derivative with respect to small x. And simplifying, we get 1 by alpha beta dash by beta is equal to x double dash by x is equal to k. Say k is a separation constant. Now equating this two ratio with k, we get x double dash by x is equal to k, and 1 by alpha beta dash by beta is equal to k. And simplifying, we get x double dash minus k into capital X is equal to 0, and beta dash minus alpha into k into beta is equal to 0. So equation 3 is a ordinary differential equation, second order ordinary homogeneous ordinary differential equation, and equation 4 is the first order ordinary differential equation. So we now can easily solve this equation 3 and 4. But here k is unknown, so k may be positive, k may be negative, and k may be 0. So 3 cases will arise. First case, when we consider k is positive number, so we we consider k is equal to lambda square, because lambda square always a positive number. So if we take k is equal to lambda square, then solving equation 3, we get capital X is equal to c1 e to the power lambda x plus c2 e to the power minus lambda x, where c1 c2 are constant. And solving equation 4, this is this can be written as d beta dt minus alpha lambda square beta is equal to 0. So solving, we get beta is equal to some constant into e to the power alpha lambda square t. So here for case 1, we get solution k is x is equal to c1 e to the power lambda x plus c2 e to the power minus lambda x, and beta is equal to c3 e to the power alpha lambda square t. Case 2, when k is a negative number, so we take k is equal to minus lambda square. So minus lambda square always a negative number, and putting this value in equation 3 and 4, we get x double dash plus lambda square x is equal to 0, beta dash plus alpha lambda square beta is equal to 0. Now in similar process we solving, we get x capital X is equal to c1 cos lambda x plus c2 sin lambda x, and beta is equal to c3 e to the power minus alpha lambda square t. Now on case case 3, we take k is equal to 0. So putting k is equal to 0 in equation 3 and 4, we get x double dash is equal to 0 and beta dash is equal to 0. So solving x double dash and beta dash, we get capital X is equal to c1x plus c2, and beta is constant c3. So now we get 3 possible solution, and this solution can be written as capital T of xt is equal to c1 dash e to the power lambda x plus c2 dash e to the power minus lambda x into e to the power alpha lambda square t, where k is the, for in this case k is lambda square positive number, and capital T of xt is equal to c1 dash cos lambda x plus c2 dash sin lambda x e to the power minus alpha lambda square t. In this case k is negative minus lambda square, and capital T of xt is equal to c1 dash x plus c2 dash, where k is equal to 0, and c1 dash is the constant product of constant c1 into c3, and c2 dash also constant c2 into c3. So these are three possible solutions. So now we solve a problem by using above method. Solve the one-dimensional diffusion equation in the region 0 less equal to x less equal to pi, t greater equal to 0, subject to the condition. First condition is t remains finite as t tends to infinity. Second condition, t is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0 and x is equal to pi for all t. And third condition, at t is equal to 0, capital T is equal to x when 0 less equal to x less equal to pi by 2, and pi minus x when pi by 2 less equal to x less equal to pi. So in this problem we have to solve the domain. Our domain is, this is our domain, zero, pi by 2 and pi, and this is two condition, this x and this direction t. These are our domain. So we have to solve this problem using this in this domain, and there are boundary condition given. This is t. What is the condition? When t tends to infinity, small t tends to infinity, that is when t small tends to infinity, t finite, t is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0, this point and this point, x is equal to pi. So we will get three possible solution of txt, which are given in on equation 1, 2 and 3. Now we use the given condition to get a solution. Solution on, if we take solution on, and if we use the first condition, t remains finite as t tends to infinity, then what we will get? If we put here t tends to infinity, then the whole term capital T also tends to infinity, but here given t remains finite. So first solution, we reject first solution because first solution does not satisfy the first condition, so we first solution is cancelled. Now in third solution we put the boundary condition, t is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0 and x is equal to pi for all t. So if we put in the solution 3 x is equal to 0, then we get c1 into 0 plus c2 is equal to 0 and c1 pi plus c2 is equal to 0. So solving we get c1 is equal to 0 and c2 is equal to 0, and this solution 3 is independent of t, so only dependent on x. So putting the values of x, we get capital T of x is equal to 0 for all t, which is a trivial solution. But we are not interested in trivial solution, we are interested. So we now use the solution 2. In solution 2, what is given? Capital T of xt is equal to c1 cos lambda x plus c2 sin lambda x e to the power minus alpha lambda square t. So if we put the first condition, t tends to infinity, if we put t tends to infinity, then this term goes to e to the power minus t tends to infinity, so 1 by t tends to infinity, that goes to 0. So when small t tends to infinity, capital T of xt tends to 0, so this is a finite, so first condition satisfied. So now we use the second boundary condition, that is t is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0 and x is equal to pi for all t. Now, so putting the values of at x is equal to 0, t is 0 and c1 cos lambda x plus c2 sin lambda x, x is equal to 0. So putting these values, x is equal to 0, cos 0 that is mean 1 and sin 0 0, so c1 equal to 0. So the solution becomes capital T of xt is equal to c2 sin lambda x e to the power minus alpha lambda square t. Now we put at small x is equal to pi, capital T is 0, so putting this value we get c2 sin lambda pi e to the power minus alpha lambda square t is equal to 0, but as this term not is equal to 0, so we get c2 sin lambda pi is equal to 0, which imply sin lambda pi is equal to 0, which imply lambda pi is equal to n pi, and cancelling pi we get lambda is equal to n. Hence the solution can be written as t of capital T of x comma t is equal to c e to the power minus alpha n square t into sin nx. So we now try for general solution. So general solution can be written as capital T of xt is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cn sin nx e to the power minus alpha n square t. Here we put lambda is equal to n, so it n square, and sin in the term of lambda we put n, so sin nx is the 1 minus alpha n square t. So here Cn is n times arbitrary constant is present, but we have to remove this condition because our boundary condition and all other conditions are given. So using this condition we will remove Cn. So if we use the third condition, what is third condition given as at small t is equal to 0, capital T is equal to x when 0 less equal to x less equal to pi by 2, and pi minus x when pi by 2 less equal to x less equal to pi. So we put in condition 3, we get at t is equal to 0, capital T of x is equal to 0 is equal to, here we put small t is equal to 0. So this is n summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cn sin nx, and putting this value at here t is equal to 0, so e to the power these four whole terms is equal to 1, hence only term living term is t of capital X is equal to capital X comma 0 is equal to capital T of x comma 0 is equal to n is equal to 1 to infinity cn sin nx. So now we have to find the values of cn. So to find the values of cn we have to use Fourier sine formula, Fourier sine series, because this is the only function of x. So this can be assumed as f of x is small f of x is small f of x, and now you can solve this using by Fourier sine series. So by Fourier sine series, cn is equal to 2 by pi 0 to pi fx sin x dx. Here fx is t x comma 0 sin x dx. Now we shall integrate this integration into dividing the whole interval in two parts by which are given in the boundary in condition 0 to less equal to x and pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi, and these values of tx0 is given. So putting this value 2 by pi 0 to pi by 2 x sin x dx plus pi by 2 to pi minus x sin x dx, and integrating by parts we get 2 by pi minus x cos nx by n minus sin nx by n square 0 to pi by 2 plus minus pi minus x cos nx plus by n plus sin nx by n square pi by 2 to pi, and simplifying we get cn is equal to 4 sin n pi by n square pi. So putting this value we get the required solution. So required solution is t of x is equal to 4 by pi summation n to infinity e to the power minus alpha n square t sin n pi by 2 by n square into sin nx. These are our required solution. So in this process we can solve a heat equation by using separation of variables method. Thank you.